Too. It's one of the most iconic moments in the civil rights movement. U.S. Olympic medalists John Carlos, Tommie Smith, they raised their fists during the national anthem at the '68 Olympics in Mexico City. They were protesting racial inequality in the United States. Smith had just won the gold in the 200-meter dash. Carlos took the bronze, and then they made history. Last week, the International Olympic Committee reminded us about their long-standing ban on protest and political statements. Anyone who raises a fist or takes a knee during ceremonies in Tokyo this summer could be punished. That from the IOC. So we wanted to get reaction from the one man who started it all at the Games, we could say. The civil rights activist, Hall of Famer, Olympian Dr. John Carlos. Welcome so much to BNC. Thank you for starting your day with us. We're honored to have you. We really are. I want to know your first thought, sir, when you heard about the IOC's announcement, because to me, I wish we could ban racism, discrimination, inequality, but of course we can't.
Well, first, let me say it's an honor for me to be here with you as well. Relative to the International Olympic Committee, it appears that they haven't learned anything over 53 years. They still act as if though they're in the Stone Age. They're not willing to even consider making a change. You would think that after 53 years and all the commotion about the demonstration that had taken place, that they would like to sit down and have a roundtable discussion about the pros and cons of
Yeah,
demonstrations in the Olympic
yeah.
Games.
Yeah, this is not just a United
So,
States issue. This is a world issue when it comes to racism. So you should be able to talk about that and other political issues. But isn't it kind of hypocritical? Because I look at the Olympics sort of as political, because if you're a nation, a lot of nations threaten to or actually boycott those games due to political situations. So why can't individuals have their own expressive ideas about what means the most to them?
well, it goes beyond just the individuals themselves. When you sit back and you look at the Olympic Games, they're a political organization, period. When you sit back and you realize that each nation has a flag of their own nation, there's not one Olympic flag to cover all of the Olympians. There are various nations, Russia versus Cuba, Cuba versus China, China versus America. So when you sit back and you look at that, and then let's go back to 1936 in Berlin. When you sit back and think about the Olympics in Berlin, Germany, you sit back and think of all the swastikas and all the Hitler and the Heil signs that was taking place. That's apolitical.
Jesse
There was
Owens.
never no
Yep.
rave about that I could read about or remember about.
Yeah.
I want for you, because you mentioned that they haven't learned a thing, right? It's more than that too, right? Because back then, when you did what you did, they tried to break you, right? Society tried to break you as a black man for what you had the courage to do. And so now when we look at Kaepernick and others who are frozen out or punished, take us back to that time. Were there any regrets immediately? Did you have to work through any of that?
No, no regrets whatsoever. If it was necessary to do it today, I would do it all over again. However, I had to secure my family. I had to protect my wife as best I could, my kids as best I could. Remember, I was a young man, 23 years old. I didn't have
Wow.
what Mr. Kaepernick may have now in terms of that umbrella of support. The NAACP wasn't there for us, the Urban League, the Black
Wow.
Caucus, any of those organizations didn't come out and lend support to who we were or catch us in their net, so to speak. However, we felt that what we did was right. It was necessary. And once it's done, they could never erase it.
Yeah.
And you didn't
Wow.
just raise a fist. Everything you did was a symbol. I mean, the gloves stood for power. No shoes stood for poverty. Your bees represented the lynching in the South. Black shirt covered the USA uniform. Also mentioned about the working class. And you look at all those things that you stood for back then. Like you mentioned, that was 53 years ago. Mr. Carlos, Dr. Carlos, a lot hasn't changed. Is that disheartening?
No, when you sit back, I always say, it seems like we're in a race for humanity. We're in a race for ethics and moral character. And, in this race, you look at yourself as being a snail. And then when you look at the opposing team, you look in the next lane and you realize that you're racing against a greyhound dog. I think we're racing against that greyhound dog because we haven't used the methodology that we used in Mexico City. You stated that the fist stood for power, but more than standing for power, it stood for unity. Power
Yeah.
comes about based on unity, as you saw in the election
Right.
here in Georgia, when the people came together as one to vote, to show the world the power of black people coming together. I just hope as black people we realize that power we have and never let it dissipate.
Yeah. Yeah. How about it? So you were suspended back then. U.S. team suspended you. You were sent home. You were called un-American. You know, now we would say, boy, trailblazer, this whole reckoning that America and the world is supposedly going through. Has anybody ever apologized to you, ever come full circle and said, you know what, you were right and we were wrong?
Well, after 53 years, I think that the United States Olympic Committee had made an attempt to apologize for us. But the real perpetrators were the International Olympic Committee, the same individuals that we're talking. They
I
never
see.
extended an apology. And then, when you sit back and think about the demonstration that had taken place 53 years ago, you have to think about Kurt Flood. You have to think about Jack Johnson. You have to think about Paul Robeson. You have to think
Yeah.
about Wamir
Yeah.
Ties or Wilma Rudolph. There's
Oh.
many individuals that was out there that made demonstrations. But as you stated earlier, anytime a black person or a person of color does something, society has a way of watering it down and changing the narrative. You know, we stood for humanity back in 1968. They said, no, it wasn't about humanity, it was black power. And what it did, it intimidated humanity to the point where they
Yeah.
walked away from us. Whereas we have today, Black Lives Matter, and the support that they have is that humanity that we looked for 53 years ago, where you see humanity raising up, saying we love and we support Black Lives Matter worldwide.
Yeah, yeah. It's almost like there's a fear, not almost, there's a fear of this thing spreading and the momentum continuing. For the athletes of today who are committed to justice, social reform, equality, Black Lives Matter, you know the threat. What would you advise them to do as they go into the games?
Well, I would advise them to, first of all, one thing we have to take into account for like the young athletes today, or Mr. LeBron James and so forth, they haven't gone back to the elders that was involved in these type of situations to have a roundtable discussion and say, man, what's in
Good
this tunnel?
point.
What should we look out for? How should we, go about this? Uh, and then when you sit back and think in that sense, if they don't come to us, there's an old game called divide and conquer. That's been going on forever. If we have no communication amongst ourselves, they will continue to divide us. As Mr. LeBron's maybe not heard my statement in terms of doing research, making sure that I'm on my game. So when I come
Yep.
before individuals
Yep.
such as yourself and you ask the questions, I can answer appropriately rather than throwing something out there that I would have to come
Yeah.
back and retract tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh,
I love
wow.
that. I would love
Wow.
for them to sit down with you
Wow.
and Bill
Me
Russell
too.
and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, some of the trailblazers from back in the day, for everybody to come together in that sense. Real quick before we let you go, because LeBron is speaking of. I know you talked to Colin Kaepernick. You've advised him in the past about what he's been able to do. There are still a lot of athletes that are out there that are afraid to speak up. Maybe they don't have great, standing with the team. They're concerned about getting cut, or they're concerned about their endorsements or their image. What is your message to them?
Well, my message is this. As an athlete, it's wonderful to be acknowledged for your attributes in the world of athletics. But you can leave the locker room and on your way to your car and die just merely because of the color of your skin.
Amen.
You're a 7 foot black man. They don't realize that you're a 7 foot basketball player at that
Mm-hmm.
particular time. The fight that you're in is
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily a fight for yourself, but the fight is for your offspring, for your
Wow.
mom, for your dad, for your ancestors, for your
Mm-hmm.
future offsprings. To stand forward and realize that you are a vital part of this society and you have a
Wow.
great following and you can send messages to give people the encouragement to do what is right in society.
Yeah, the more and more athletes do that and they know they can stick together, the
Yeah.
better we'll be. Like you said, that fist, more than just
Yep.
power, that's about unity. And when you got that kind of unity,
That's
there is
absolutely right.
nothing or anyone that
There's
can
your
defeat you.
power.
Dr. John Carlos, it has been an absolute pleasure to have you on, sir. I've been doing sports for a long period of time, and this has been one of the most pleasing experiences or interviews of my life, just to be able to talk to you. I appreciate you, my man.
And thank you. Let me
Thank
just
you.
say it's an honor
Thank
for
you
me
so
to
much.
be on your program. I wish you guys would have been around in 1968 so we could have had a conversation. Maybe we could have told our side of the story. But better late than never. We're so happy that you guys are
You
here,
got
and
it.
we hope that you be here for years upon years to come.
Yeah, we're
That's the
here now,
plan.
and
And we got
hopefully
your back.
53
Yeah.
years from now, because of us and people like you, we won't have these same issues that we faced for so long in our community. We appreciate you.
I hope not. God bless you guys. Stay
All
safe.
the best to
Thanks
you.
for having me.